We should be live now.
I
I
see the
believe we
ticket.
are live on Everything But the Podcast. This is episode number 17. We got the homies Jay Bizarre and the Sinful Killa who are joining us today. How you all doing today?
Doing good, brother.
Anybody who decides to join will see that Twisted Joker is not with us. He has work tomorrow. I couldn't, and also I don't remember what he's doing. I think his girlfriend or whoever was coming home and he wanted to spend time with her, but he's been killing it on the last couple episodes, so he's all right to take an episode off every now and again. He's been on like every episode this year.
I don't know if that clicked off. I had vibrate on, so I had to like turn that notification off. Or you're gonna hear.
Actually, that's a good idea because if I don't turn mine, okay, I got mine. I wanted to make sure my phone was actually set to silent, so it didn't just start like going off. All of a sudden, you start hearing weird noises on the broadcast. Now, I know you guys got a lot of stuff to talk about, or that you wanted to talk about. First of all, this is what I do on every podcast. I jump on my words, so get used to that. Dude, I do that all the time. But you guys just released a new song, so I want to give you a chance to talk about that. But first, I want to download to the chat right quick before we do that. Hey, Leslie, okay. I see you in the chat. If you guys don't know, Leslie, All Things Paranormal Leslie, she's one of my moderators, and she's also a paranormal investigator on YouTube. She's got like a huge YouTube following, and her freaking stuff is really cool.
That's pretty dope. That's dope.
Now back to the interview. You both just released a song. Is it Carnivirus or is it Carnivorous? I got to make sure I say it right.
It's technically carnivorous, but
carnivorous. A lot of people be like carnivirus, and we juggalos and shit. So you assume that's what it is.
That's what it was when I saw how it was spelled. I was like, I don't know if I want to say carnivorous or carnivirus or I don't know if it's a play on words or not.
Hey, anything to get them talking more about it, it's always a positive. You know what I mean? So if you don't know, that just means it's in their mouth more. You know what I mean? So people get to talking about it more. They're more likely to listen to it, more likely to be like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? But I actually say it in, I think it's the third verse, maybe the second. I'm like carnivorous, and I said it. But right. Yeah, it's carnivorous.
So how did this song come to be with you two? Like, how did you get together and decide to do it?
Let's go back to it. When this motherfucker down here first hit me up in the middle of some shit, I had just posted some like religious satire shit, and he didn't even know apparently. And he hit me up like, "So, now you take this over, Sam."
What is your view on religion? And we had a 45-minute discussion on the pros and cons of religion, mostly cons. Very very few positive things about organized religion in our opinions. Which, everyone has a damn opinion, so what's it worth?
Right.
Yeah.
But I was working on a song. I was sitting with my wife. We were watching one of those documentaries. It was about the Jehovah's Witnesses. And apparently they are worse than the Catholic Church when it comes to covering up cases of child molestation, per this documentary, obviously. And I was just like, all right, aggravated by that fact. I kind of dislike religion as it is because I have a lot of family members that, they're Bible thumpers and blah, blah, blah. And hit him up because I wanted to do a song with him and just getting his opinion. And yeah, he felt the same way I did. So there's we have an album come up. There's a song on it called Holy War, and we were going to do just a one-off, feature kind of deal. And here we are.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold up, don't get into the album yet. We're not there yet.
We're like 12 tracks deep into collabos, and it ain't just that album. But
that's how it started, though, was just a song called Holy War we were going to do.
Yeah. And we did. We didn't just we did it.
You told me not to get into that yet. So,
Nonetheless, let's go back to Carnivorous.
I was going to say, we can't get into that. That song's already out.
We got so much going right now. Me and this dude got so much music popping right now. It's crazy. We actually have had the music going for a while. It started with... as far as being leaked, before Carnivorous dropped, he's on my FTU album that I dropped like a month ago, and that was a surprise album, and he features on that. And I remember when I was waiting for a DistroKid to like get live with the fucking album, he was just as anxious as I was. He's like, man, I've been waiting for this motherfucker. Like, I know. Like, for real, man, because that was our premiere of us working together. Nobody really knew we was working together. And by that point, we already had probably like 6-7 songs under our belt. But just because we vibe like that, like he said, with the religion concept and the wicked fucking underground vibe, we just got a lot of, that's why we're doing this collab album, because it's just gold. But Carnivorous was the second one to officially leak as far as me and him collabing, and that was our premiere release as far as or I guess I would call it the first leak off of Dark Embrace. And Dark Embrace is the collabo we're about to do, the album. But Carnivorous was originally inspired because back before all this pandemic shit hit the United States and shit in the world, it started in China and all that shit. And they had it on the news and shit, talking about China, and that's kind of was the inspiration. But we obviously we weren't gonna make a song about just you know what I mean, and wear a mask type shit.
Right.
I don't know.
I thought
That's
you were
what
literally coughing right there. I thought you actually started coughing.
I got. But that's what kind of kicked it off, and then like the idea came to cross it with. All right, actually, let me back up one sec. I made a post on Facebook, and this is really what inspired it. That was the ideology of it, was that coronavirus thing popping off when it first happened. But I made a post on Facebook. I was like, coronavirus sounds a lot like carnivorous. And I was like, I'd put like the little face thing or something, and like, like, you know what I mean? And that was when the idea hit my mind, when I posted that. Or right before I posted it, and that's when I hit him up like, man, if we crossed the idea of a virus and we crossed it with a virus that made you fucking want to just kill, and all your animal instincts kick in, and all you know is kill, murder, death until you're fucking dead too. It basically rolled into the concept of like the zombie concept. Well, then we was like, well, that'd be corny as fuck to make another zombie song. There's too many zombie songs, too many movies. So what we did was we cut out the zombie part, we cut out the corona part, and we just focus on carnivorous, carnivorous, the virus. And that's how we kind of got to where the whole song you expect when you first think, oh, it's just like I shared it on Rock's TV the other day. And they was like, when they stopped playing, they were like, damn dope. And they were like, I thought it was going to be another, coronavirus song. And they were like, no, that shit was dope. Because that's exactly what we was going for. We didn't want to be corny with this. We didn't want to be corny with that. We hit straight down the middle on the original idea. And that was just the beginning of, like.
You're forgetting one thing, though, man. Because at the time when we were talking about this idea, it was that video that was floating around, that crazy bitch that starts going off on that dude about being a sinner while he shot him.
That also helped stir the pot. That was definitely, because I think I sent you the link, didn't I? And you had already seen it, but you were just like, what the fuck?
People
it I don't know if you heard the song yet.
And then I bring it up.
That's all good.
This was before the quarantine. It's before, it started popping off all over. We had no idea. I mean, it was kind of the writing was on the wall as far as the news goes that this was going to be something serious. But when we wrote this, it was just joking around like, look what's going on. This would be something funny to write about, something cool to write about. And then suddenly there's a freaking global pandemic. So,
it was actually meant to be the way it unfolded, for real. The way it came out, the way that that bitch was big on all the memes were going on Facebook. That bitch talking about you motherfucker this. And I remember when I first seen it, I didn't know what it was. And I finally seen the video. I was like, oh, that's what everybody been talking about. And I thought it was funny. And then he sent me the beat that it was just the beat. We hadn't started a track yet to that beat. We had already done like 3 tracks at that point. Like Holy War and shit was already done. And I remember he sent me that beat, and then like I had got the sample off my phone and I recorded it, and then I mixed it and chopped it all up. And he was like, we were going to do it as an interlude on the album originally.
Right.
And then it just the way it flourished and came together. And then he came over and we got in the studio and was recording. And then we were like, let's throw that into the beginning.
Nice.
Boom. That was our first official session together too. We had already done. He was recording at our reject homie Corey's house for his stuff initially, and then I was doing my home shit, and then I got him over here, and then once we started recording together, like fucking wildfire, man, shit has been going down.
That's crazy.
Like crazy.
It was funny you mentioned memes because the only memes I've seen everywhere are all those freaking Tiger King memes all over the place.
It was before all that.
This was before Tiger King. So you got to think this was probably like February-ish, maybe.
Okay,
February.
that would have been around when I interviewed you last, Jay Bizarre.
It might have been
January or like the very beginning of February.
Yeah, I don't remember what the date was, but yeah, it was. This year's been crazy, dude.
Yeah. Like it's
been
started already crazy, and it's just been going downhill from there.
Yeah, bro.
So the album you said that I believe you actually just mentioned it. I can't remember if that was the one that you had mentioned on the previous podcast where I censored it out. Okay, so
nope, that was
different.
That was on that previous podcast we did. That was the Mind of Madness album. Yeah, and that's not coming out till November.
We're live.
yeah. Now I already leaked that information. I did another interview, and I leaked it. But that album, that's not till November 1st. But I had a surprise album, and I mentioned it vaguely.
Yes,
vaguely, and that's the FTU album. And that's the one that he's on the track, the title track, FTU. And it's called, and FTU is Fuck the Underground. And the reason I said that and did all that was because I've been doing this shit in the underground scene for like 13 years. And a lot of I'm a juggalo. I'm in the scene of the juggalos. And like motherfuckers, right. I got a pocket full of people, not a lot of people that's it. Like people don't want to show no love. And I just got to the point like, fuck, man. And so that album percolated up from that. And it felt good to do it, got it off my chest, and now I'm just, I got so many avenues right now, and me and him are on one of them, you know what I mean? Like, and I dropped that album out of nowhere, and he made his premiere, and that's the new chapter of what's going on right now, you know what I mean? Like, and it's fucking fun.
There's a lot of artists in the underground that aren't necessarily getting the recognition they deserve from people because there's so much crap out there. And everybody wants to listen to the newest crap from some mainstream artist that had some weird backwoods name or something weird going on that they miss out on all the super talented people. And that's one thing that the underground over the mainstream is that most of the underground stuff is more original and well thought out. It's not just the same old crap all the time.
There's a lot of talent in the underground, man. A lot. Like this motherfucker, Sinful Killa. This dude is a beast. That's why I fuck with him. Like that's why we working together. He's very, very talented. This motherfucker got lyrics for days. You know what I mean? And that's why I fucks with him, man. And it's like there's a lot of trash out here, and it is what it is. But it sucks to see the main sites and the main, stations and shit just plugging. If you're part of this label, or if you're part of MNE, or if you're part of LSP, then you get your recognition. But it's like the fuck. There's so much talent out here. It's like. And that's what made it pop, and it worked out perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I love all the big labels in the underground too, so don't get me wrong there. Yeah. But obviously there's other people like you, or even like Cali Breeze that I had on, which was like the first for Masters Rebirth this year. Like a lot of artists like you out there that people need to be tuned into, which is what the show is for. So
yeah,
well, exactly, that's what Masters of the Underground is for. This is technically a crossover of Masters of the Underground. But
yeah. Hey, much love to you you've always shown love to me since fucking 2016, 17, whenever 2017.
We might have been talking since 16, but the first interview was 17.
Yeah. And I appreciate you for that first one. I appreciate you for the one earlier this year. And this one again, like keep doing what you do because fuck, man, you're this is where it's at really, because obviously all the bigger name sites that you're not
right.
This shit's gonna blow up just as big as that, and you're actually showing love to the scene, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
The other sites show love to the scene, but goddamn, it's like pretty select. It's very rare. You know what I mean? I managed to wiggle my fucking ass in there a little bit because I got pissed off a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's all good. we got a whole motherfucking slew of shit coming for the scene. And hopefully this fucking, this shit going on right now just get people to stay indoors a little longer, to open their fucking minds and check out shit other than what they're used to checking out, because they might find that there's a lot more talent out here, you know what I mean? Because there's way more talent, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I hear you as well. Cotton Candy in the chat says, in the age of YouTube, labels really aren't needed as much because you can do so much with YouTube.
They are
granted, there's an influx of stuff on YouTube as well, which makes it hard to discover stuff.
There's a lot of trash.
Yeah, you need the right promotion and marketing to be able to hit the spots on YouTube.
For sure. That's always been my struggle. It's like I roll solo dolo for years, so it's like it's hard because I don't have a manager with connects and I don't have this and that, you know what I mean? But it's like I'm still out here doing my shit, and there's so many motherfuckers just like me, fucking Sinful, Killa, you know what I mean? He doing his fucking thing, you know what I mean? It's like people just got to take a second to peep it and give it a chance, you know what I mean?
And that's what I like about interviewing or having people like you on as well, is because even though we're on opposite sides of the coin, so to speak, because you're doing music and I'm like doing the podcast and stuff like that, we can inspire other people to realize that they can do what they want to do or chase their dreams as well, because we're able to do the same thing.
Exactly. Real shit.
I mean, if you ask me when it came to like the Ming Chen and Mike Zapsik for Comic Book Man, like 3 years ago when I started doing Master Underground or anything, that I would have guests like that on the show and then still be able to have guests like you on the show in like the same vein as them, I would have been like, that was awesome. There's no way.
I tuned into that for a bit and I shared the links and shit. That was really fucking awesome. Like, that was cool. You had like 4 other dudes on there or 3 other people on there, and like they were all. That's so fucking dope. Like, and that's when I was like, dude, you got some dope ass. You got your show game up. Like, that's why I was like, bro, let's do this, man.
Episode, literally. I don't know if you heard.
Congratulations to you for that, man.
I don't know if you heard any of the episodes from earlier this year when I brought Twisted Joker in, which was just me and him for a lot of them. Now we had a couple other guests on. I think one of them with Muse, who is in the chat in some form or capacity today, from Where the Scary Things Are, a horror podcast, and we added like games in it and stuff, and so I was playing games with them. Those were audio only, but that's where we made the switch from where it was more serious to more of a comedy style. So that's when we started bringing the weird news and all the other weird kind of crap that me and him would just crack up on. A lot of people have taken to the comedy, especially now with this freaking crap that's going on.
You gotta have relief, man. You gotta have relief from the world. That's like what you said earlier in our pre-chats before this. Like you was like, this is the escape, and it is, man. And that's why we're here to talk about shit because I don't watch the news. I work. I have a job. I am not actually even quarantined. You know what I mean? Like, at all.
Right.
And but I don't watch the news. I don't let it really get to me like that. And so it's like, but there's people that do, and those motherfuckers are in their head all scared, and they need a break. They need to get out of their minds. You know what I mean? They need to smoke a fucking blunt and tune into everything but the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's exactly why I do what I do, is to provide that escape. Plus, it's an escape for me because, like, we are under a state of lockdown right now in Pennsylvania. Like, I think even to go to a store, which I haven't seen anybody obey it in my town yet, but masks are supposed to be mandatory now whenever you, like, leave your house or even just go to the store. And whenever they shut everything down, my work was still essential. So I still have work to go to Monday through Friday. But for me, that's still an escape as well because that keeps you busy. And then I have this to fall back on, doing like cool stuff like this, having interviews and just hanging out with people. So something like this StreamYard is really cool for that, because StreamYard or Zoom, the other app I have, lets you have like these video conversations where you can still interact with people and have that social interaction. So I think a lot more people should look into that because it'll keep them interacting with others. It'll keep that social interaction available for people.
Yeah, because people could just have regular old chats really through here. I mean, I guess you could do it Facebook too, but it's kind of cool to kick it with, you know what I mean? It's dope to kick it with multiple homies. I mean, I talk to this motherfucker all the time.
Right.
We got a lot of work going, so.
And I had the other app, Zoom, which is literally just the video conferencing. This one's a little different because you got to either stream or record in order to start one up. But the other one, you can literally just do the video conferencing.
So do you have the capability to pull up Carnivorous on YouTube and play it for the people following right
I
now,
can do
in
that.
case they don't
They
know
might-
what the fuck?
They won't put a strike, but they might put a claim on the video because the rights obviously go to you. They'll be like, yeah, he's on the freaking live stream with you, but we're still gonna come after.
Well, you definitely have our permission.
Yeah.
Let me,
We're like, I own the rights to this.
yeah, they do that. I don't.
Ay,
Our last live stream, we played a couple things, and I had to like with you guys. It's different because I'm interviewing you. But there were a few where when I was reacting to people's videos where I was like, hey, if this has copyright music or something like that, I can't do this because YouTube has made the switch to automated. So if it's copyright for certain people, they may just take it down. I think you guys are going to be all right because you're actually on the show with me. So
Got my permission.
if
Yeah,
not,
no,
if
man.
it happens,
Fuck with my boy too.
we'll just join it back up.
Be like,
Let me
no,
try
fuck
it.
that. You don't have my permission. But yeah, it is.
Hey, what do you have? Hey, that's 50. We're gonna go ahead and say 5149 on this one, just so that I win.
Is that on YouTube or is it somewhere else?
It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
just look up you can type carnivore or carnivirus if you want to spell it out. But yeah, type the
Oh my
Sinful
god,
Killa.
don't play yet. Started playing before I had a chance to freaking share the screen. It just auto plays. I'm like, calm down.
That's dope.
Not ready yet. Yeah, this is what I love about the StreamYard. This right here.
It's badass. Hey, have you heard the intro of it? Tell me if you've heard this. I'm sure you did. You know the intro. The lady.
I think I did, but like I said, I heard a song the other day that I know was you, but I don't know if it was this one. Because I had you in a playlist, but it was a playlist of over like 6,000 songs. I'm gonna listen to this, and then today I
I ain't
freaking
got that many, but I'm close.
But even if not, you're getting a live reaction to your song right now. If I haven't heard or seen it yet, you're getting me live reacting to it. So you're basically getting a live reaction video as in everything but the podcast episode.
Yeah.
Hey, double whammy, motherfucker.
Hang on, I need to respond to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into it. Cotton Candy said starting Monday she has to kick people out of her store if they don't have a mask. She lives in Pennsylvania as well.
No shit.
That's what I heard. Some places will be providing masks for people.
I was thinking, like, why aren't more businesses stamping their logos on masks and giving them out? You know what I mean? Like, that would be
clever.
bomb-ass promotion.
Well, part of the problem with that, though, is that the masks that actually do something are medical grade, and you're not going to get your logo on that, man. It has to be manufactured by a medical supply company. I mean, you could, like, take a bandana and make one at home, but it only does so much. Like, it'll help you from infecting others, but like someone coughs on that, it'll make its way. So
that's basically what I use. Keep it down, so I have something covering my face when I go out, just so it's not like breaking. I just find whatever I can use, and then my work provides like an actual like surgical mask or whatever. But just to go out to like Walmart or go grocery shopping or something, I just stay clear of people and throw on a bandana or something that can cover my face.
Man, Walmart's off the damn chain. What is wrong with people? Like, you drive by Walmart, and it looks like Black Friday. The parking lots are packed.
Our Walmart
has so real.
They actually
every time
the capacity of how many people can be in the store at one time at ours because I guess it was getting so bad.
Yeah, they have it where like there's lines out front.
It's not like
they got
like
taped off and shit.
Yeah. And I guess some Walmarts now are banning all non-essential items, so you couldn't buy like games or anything like that. You can only buy like groceries. People are flipping out about that.
Yeah, but Amazon exists in the modern world, man. Do you really need to go to Walmart and buy something that'll be shipped to your house in a day or two?
Yeah.
Amazon's slowing down on their freaking shipping too. I would know this because I just had my wife spend a lot of money buying me random Amazon products. I don't know what any of them are, but they're for an unboxing video, so I don't know what she got me. So some stuff would be cool, and then some stuff, yeah. I had her spend a lot of money with a bit of the refund we got to do some of that. Some of that stuff isn't due to come till June.
Did you stock up on toilet paper?
No, we live with my grandfather. He handles the toilet paper, so I don't worry about it.
All right, then let me reiterate then. You can buy every single game that exists digitally through your PlayStation Store, your Xbox Store, through Steam. Same with movies. People don't need to go buy a lot of shit at like Walmart. Like if your TV goes out, I could get that
Right.
'Cause if you're stuck in a house, you're a non-essential worker, you need a TV right now. You're gonna go out of your damn mind. But there's people going out and they're buying just random weird shit. It's like, just stay home. Why do you need to take your best friend and your 19 children out to fucking Walmart in the middle of a pandemic? You really don't. Let the little bastards go outside and play in the yard for a minute.
A while, like weeks ago, we stopped taking the kids to the store. We had to like once, and I didn't, they have a little sanitizing little thing, and we're like, okay, sanitize, don't touch anything. On the way out the door, we're like, sanitize,
right?
Just to be precautious. You know what I mean? Like,
we gotta do that.
Gotta be
work
careful.
too.
You never know.
Like I work at a factory, but every Friday, whenever we do our normal cleaning, we gotta spray disinfectant over anything we touched. I mean, it's simple. It's just like a little spray here or there, but at least it's something to make sure that nothing happens.
That's great, man. I saw a meme today, and it was like someone was talking about at the store. The manager goes, "Yeah, I need you to have a mask on if you want to come in." Response was, "If I put a mask on, I'm not paying for anything."
That's messed up, but that's hilarious at the same time.
Like,
I saw the other day that, what was it? I saw something which was actually going to be one of my weird news articles for whenever I do the next episode with Twisted Joker. And it was relating to the virus that some woman, I guess, attacked another woman for not following the social distancing guidelines at like a Walmart or something. Like, she literally just attacked her. And I was like, that is like completely the opposite of what you're complaining about, because you're attacking someone now. So you're not obeying them either.
Well, hell, dude, they showed a picture of some government body where they were signing in. They want to start fining people like $1,000 for not following the 6-foot rule, but there's like 15 motherfuckers within 5 inches each of each other. It's like, right? Maybe we should practice what we preach, ladies and gentlemen.
I see that a lot, and like I said, the whole like, oh, don't go to a store unless you're wearing masks, and like more than half of the people at our Walmart in our town, no one's wearing a mask. And it could be because nobody watches the news. I don't even watch the news, but I still know about it because I get notifications on my phone that relate to something like that's more serious like that. But other than that, I don't watch the news either. I stay away from that crap. I got enough going on with this stuff to focus on that I try not to worry about that stuff.
Yeah. I don't watch the news per se, but I'll jump online and go through news articles and stuff just because there's a lot of bias. The media doesn't work how it was originally designed to. There's no journalistic integrity like there was years and years and years and years ago. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
But you still gotta. You can't stay disconnected from the world. You definitely have to know what's going on. That's why you end up with, no one's ever happy with who's in office. Why? Because no one pays attention. No one goes out and votes, and then they bitch and moan for 4 years. Well, yeah, you're right. Voting doesn't work because 350 million people and 50 million showed up to vote. That's why it doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Just let the chat know I'm not ignoring any of you, I promise. It's hard to multitask. I realized that there was like all of a sudden like 30 messages in the chat and I haven't responded to any of them. It's like, that's a lot easier to do when I do a live stream that's just me literally just talking to chat than it is to do on an actual podcast episode.
Yeah.
I think Cotton Candy was talking about she had to threaten lives because people were hoarding her like a horde of zombies. I guess whenever she was getting groceries from her truck or something, or she was getting the truck out and people were just swarming her.
Damn.
I mean, Pennsylvania, it's sad enough that that's happening, but it's also happening in Pennsylvania, which is where Night of the Living Dead was originally filmed. It's like all this stuff always happens. Freaking Pennsylvanians are crazy.
I think I seen a meme where it was like who wants to go out with me act as zombies or something. I'm thinking that might be a bad idea because people are dumb as fuck and they might think it's legit and like kill your ass.
Real, especially right now.
They're walking around like they actually gonna kill you.
When it first
How to
started
get shot
happening,
101.
before I started realizing, I need to take this like really like this is more serious than I realized. I cracked the joke about being this is how the zombie apocalypse starts. And then all of a sudden I realized it was way more serious than it, because that was within like the first couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden it took off. And then I was like, well, no, really, this really would be how a zombie apocalypse would start. This is exactly how it would start.
Like a week after, or maybe 2 weeks into this shit, somebody was like, the first person comes back to life or something. It was something somebody posted, and obviously it was a joke, but like it was funny. It was like, because I mean, a week later after the first people die of corona, they start coming back to life.
Yeah, that would be.
That's the coronavirus.
If it really happened, I can't see. I mean, people are already panicking, so it would be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But
I definitely don't have enough bullets for some shit like that to start happening.
All right, let's get back on track here. Let's play this video that you asked me to play like probably 10 minutes ago now. Maybe you got off
That's
on
all good, man.
the subject matters. Let's go ahead and play this for the listeners. Here, I'm going to give you a like on this video too because it deserves way more likes than that. Anybody
Guys, I know.
go over to this, type in carnivorous, spell it like this right here. Oh my, not like that. Spell it like, oh my goodness, I give up.
With a Z at the end of virus.
Watch the video with us and give it a like.
Carney virus. That's the best way to remember.
Oh, hang on. Did I hit your audio? Can you guys hear that?
I heard it.
All right.
I heard it.
You actually, when you share the screen, you actually have to hit share audio. And I forgot to do that a couple times and not had any audio on the freaking video.
Oh crap! Do we need to mute our microphones and shit?
No, we good. I'm gonna go utilize this moment to go take a piss because I've been getting my sip on, motherfucker. So
all right, that'll work. I'll do this and then I'll react to chat, or if anybody in chat is watching and has anything to say about what they hear, we can interact with them, and then you guys can do whatever you want and come back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get something to drink real quick too, though.
All right, sounds good.
Right, play the track. We'll be right back.
I'm sorry, but I don't need your home. Yes, you do need my home, sir. Can't you see that, son of a bitch? Fuck you, I'm trying to home, you motherfucker. You gotta ask Jesus Christ for all sinners. For all sinners. Okay. You don't have to have your fucking saying right now. No, I'm not, motherfucker. You fucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking accuser. You motherfucking accuser! Get the fuck out of here!
Man, I think I'm evil. My head ain't saying I'm hating all these people. I'm lethal, like Hunger Games, preying on them, breathing deceitful, like something invaded my mentals, and then some. A terrorist bringing alive to bedlam, behead them. My dead in mind forever seeing red rum at random. I take a life never satisfied till it die. Here comes the minute wheel. Axe to the back, another minute kill. Laughs as I crash the ambulance behind the wheel.
My head's on fire, my temperature is climbing higher. My one desire to watch the fucking world expire. Caving skulls and hunting like a carnivore. Brain matter splatters covered in the blood and gore. Feasting on the carnage, violence not my sustenance. The heavens wept and death is not the covenant. A virus infects and it spreads through death and sex. Not knowing what's next, the world is holding its breath.
Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence.
Not lethal on its own, we human drones as deadly weapons. Highly aggressive, once infected, we do what it beckons. And like a siren's call, resistance is impossible. It's spread not stoppable, bypassing every obstacle. This wicked pestilence consumes us with its wretchedness. It sinks its claws into our chest and rips and tears till nothing's left. Our nervous system's highly stressed, our sense of right and wrong suppressed. Look a cure, there's no progress. A world that's doomed and we are all possessed.
There ain't no medication still. Only thing relieving the symptoms to kill. Positive toxic going against your will. The shrill, deadly behaviors unpremeditated, so ill. Bloodbath from the lacerations I deal. I'm laughing and can't chill. The virus epidemic everywhere. Need to ration your last meal for real. I'm passing deceased in the dime field. The global massacre pandemic, all seeing red in this real hell. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. I beat that ass and bleed the veins. I walk around with blood stains. The path I'm facing, only thing left to be killed or kill everything. No massive nation left, only thing left is the smell of death and vengeance on me. A mess in every direction. I got a case of infection, carnivorous until I'm left. Nothing living is fresh. At best, I savor the flavor, keep on searching the planet. A purge that is real. The earth is full of peace and famine.
Humanity is broken, choking out the last resistance. Fuck persistence, no repentance, this is our existence. Society is fallen, we are now the beast of war. Nothing more than poor wretches to abhor. Death is our only calling, ending life a new obsession. Pure aggression, the population we will lessen. Weapons of bloody murder, basking in the Armageddon. Extinction's where we're heading, welcome hell and beg for heaven.
Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. Nothing stops the fever from the virus. Nothing stops the fever from the violence. The virus.
Yeah. Damn, bro. This shit turned out so clean, man.
Sorry about that. My freaking laptop started freezing up at the end there. I was like, oh no, don't crash on me now and end the whole.
It's gonna crash. So, real quick, buddy of mine, I've done a couple shows with. His name's Easy606. He told me to say what's up to you.
Yo,
Real
Easy! That's my dude right there. I've interviewed Easy a couple times back in the day. That's my dude right there. Easy is the homie.
We've shared a couple sets together. Last one we did was New Year's Evil in Newport.
Yeah, I think I last interviewed Easy back in 2017 as well. I actually meant to hit him up a while ago and see if he was still out there grinding and if he wanted to do a new interview.
He is absolutely grinding. He is absolutely grinding, brother.
That's the homie.
Dude,
what's up, Easy?
The funny thing about Easy is I actually did a song like when I actually tried rapping, which I'll never do again. That's just not that's not for me. But I did release a few. I released like maybe 3 songs, and one of those songs, Haunted Radio, Easy came on and did it with me, which is pretty dope. And that was a freaking.
I didn't know that. That's dope. That's dope, bro. I didn't know you did.
He was like, "This isn't usually my style, but I'm gonna do this for you because you're the homie." So he did it anyway. Freaking.
Oh my god, how many tracks I done like that?
That's
God, yeah, quite a few that never. Thank God, never saw the light of day.
Unfortunately, all of mine did. They may not have all had the best production value, but it was.
Well, MySpace don't count. And SoundClick don't count.
My stuff is
once you start blasting it on Spotify.
And YouTube, all my stuff is on YouTube.
Yeah, none of that old shit ever hit. Oh, thank God, man.
I mean, the Painkiller one I don't mind because I really like my lyrics on that one because it dealt like relating to suicide and anti-suicide and like overcoming depression and stuff. So I did like my lyrics on that one, which is probably my favorite one that I've written. What the heck is this? I'm sorry. I was like, I don't know what this is. I think it's relating to y'all, not me.
Hey, heads up. I just realized my phone's at like 14%. So we got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Let's give you a chance to talk about Dark Embrace because you didn't actually get to talk about the album itself yet. So we'll let you end with that.
All right. I'm going to let Sin take over this part initially because he's the super mastermind behind it because he knows all the relevant things that kind of capture the concept better than myself. I'm more the motherfucker that likes dark shit and I write dark ass shit so I can make it relate to a bigger picture. But he's the motherfucking genius behind the concept. And in fact, originally this was his project when we started doing the first song we did was Holy War. And then we did another song called I'm a Monster. And this was originally his project. And then we decided to go in, and do it, both of us, and do it like that. Right. So go ahead and take it over, my brother.
Yeah, so the album's name, it's going to be an EP, so a little shorter than a full length. Calling it Dark Embrace, which is just a fancy way of saying death. And there's a theme behind every song. It's essentially Armageddon. So a lot of the songs are going to tie into the Horsemen. So like Carnivirus is going to be Pestilence.
Right.
We have another song called Hunger, which is famine. Famine's a shortage of food and supplies, and the archaic version of the word famine basically means hunger.
Right.
And then Holy War is war, And
Right.
then we have a track called I'm a Monster. The idea behind that is Death, the Pale Rider. So, yeah, it all basically ties into the idea of the Armageddon without literally beating you over the head with it. Just very subtle. So,
just like we did with this carnivorous track, like we did it in a certain lane that missed all the extra shit and came more original. And the whole album's like that. None of it's like cliche. None of it's, but it still captures things that you hear everybody talking about, especially with the horrible term horrorcore. You know what I mean?
Right.
We slip right in that shit so quick. You never even seen us coming type shit. Like, we're not horrorcore per se. We're artists, but we are in there deeper than most motherfucking horrorcores because most horrorcore artists are fucking corny as fuck. Straight up.
Right.
But we are like incognito in that bitch in your fucking face. This album is epic.
That's what you got to respect too about being an underground artist and not trying to tie yourself into one category and just kind of being whatever you want to do and be like, no, I'm not this specific box that you want to tie me into. I can do all of this other things too. If I wanted to, I could do freaking country rap and you'd have to deal with it.
I just did that. I just did that. I feel it.
That's funny.
He hates country. He's like, I'm not feeling the fishing. And I'm like, look, brah. You remember that shit?
Look, I never said I don't like the fish, brother. I've been fishing many times.
Just not rapping about it.
If I wanted to hear some country ass shit, country music exists for a reason.
Yep.
Right. And that's like the one music genre I stay away from. I lean towards rap and metal most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know though. What was it? It was Ritz just released a country song called "Dear Rebecca."
It didn't even sound like him, man. That didn't even sound
like
him.
He did that. I'm gonna have to.
And the funny part though is
it's Ritz, and now I have to listen to it.
Yeah,
he's
crazy.
He's clowning like a motherfucker throughout it. Though, if you
he has to be because of what he's saying.
He's talking about stealing old girl's credit card, fucking her sister. You know what I mean?
That's Ritz.
Oh, that's crazy.
Going to the pity bar.
My phone's already on 5%. Fuck. I didn't realize it was dying so quick.
That's right. I said we were gonna have about an hour, and we ran just about an hour, so we're all right. I mean, technically we have as long as we want, but
yeah,
we can have you on again whenever the album releases, like whenever you have the full release. Then we could talk about it in greater detail.
Okay.
I do want to mention. I thought it was funny whenever you mentioned about the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse and stuff. That me being the gamer, it immediately made me think of Darksiders. Like
I love Darksiders, dude.
Where each one is a different. Yeah, it immediately made me think of that. And I was like, you could do a whole concept album based off of that one game, and it would be the same difference. All right. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Jay Bizarre's phone is going to die in probably about 30 seconds.
Because he's a slacking ass motherfucker.
So it's dying quick, I guess, because of the video and shit. But, man, I appreciate you having us on here. Much fucking love to Everything But the Podcast. Tuna Source, man. Thank you. Always thank you. Shout out Sin putting in work with me, man. We've been doing the fucking thing while everybody else sleeping. We out here fucking putting in a lot of work, and y'all can expect a lot to come from me solo, him solo, our collabo project. We're doing a lot coming. So down the ground, fully alive and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Make sure you all go check out the album when it drops. And Jay Bizarre also has a YouTube channel, so go check that out because I know you got a few.
I just dropped a little something for the quarantine today. If you go to my YouTube, youtube.com/Jay Bizarre, it is up now. Just a little fucking around. I mean, I got my hands dirty on some beat making again. It sounded like a Mario beat, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a Mario song, and that's what it's about because I love Super Mario World from back in the.
I'm going to do you a favor, Jay Bizarre. I'm going to bring that up, and I'm going to share that to end out the episode.
Okay.
If
My phone's on 1%, so I'm dying right now.
Yeah, if my laptop doesn't freeze up on me. You have a good night. I will track that down, and I'll share it with the people.
Much love.
All right.
You mentioned Mario Brothers, so I was like, okay, I got to find this. What is it called?
Peace,
Pick
y'all.
up a game.
What's it called? And he didn't hear you.
It's pick up. I'm pretty sure it's pick up a game. I just found it.
It is. All right, brother. I'm bouncing too,
All right.
man. Thank you very much. Much love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you too. You have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right, that is going to do it for this week's episode of Everything But the Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us for the live episode. I'm going to end my cam and my mic here, but I'm going to pull up this video for you all so that you can check it out. I believe he said it's relating to Mario Brothers or something like that. So for the gaming fans out there, that'll be pretty cool for everybody to check out. So we're going to end the stream with that. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. Excuse me. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next video, which should be Resident Evil 3. I know that I did a poll on Twitter that of what you guys wanted to see me finish first, and everybody voted for Resident Evil 3, so that'll be the next video. It might go up tonight. It probably won't go up till tomorrow because it's already 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. We will see you again soon. Let me bring this. Actually, let me share the screen first. I got to remember how to do this stuff. All right, we will end it here. And until next time, stay Rexy, everybody.
So I got a lot of time on a mission, gotta play through the game to the world beyond. What else to do, you know? Bust out that old Super Nintendo and shit. On a mission, gotta play through the game to the world beyond. Yeah. Every day the news say the things ain't safe. You could choose to be cuckoo with true saint, or choose the red dude the Coopers hate, and pursue the mad goons to choose your fate. On the days that ain't long, my brain's awake. I produce a game song they can't relate. I've been doing my thing, long hate but don't fake. I can lose a game, but then I ain't gon' break. Who's a stupid dude throwing things? I can't pop a shell up and reduce the strength. Bullets zooming underwater stages. I'ma crack a brew and get the stack and change. Smooth maneuvers when the wings in play. Come crashing through them with the swoop and bang. Super Cooper, but the root with flames. Took the back route with the star world like man. Nothing better to do when you stuck in quarantine. Go ahead, go pick up a game. I'ma step in the booth and I'ma say something true. Old school, I've been doing my thing. Nothing better to do when you stuck in quarantine. Go ahead, go pick up a game. I'ma step in the booth and I'ma say something true. Old school, I've been doing my thing. In the forced away, enemies don't play in the ghost house plotting across the way. Only thoughts to unlock all the blocks to gain. I've been all salt lost to the boss again. Gotta pause the cough, but it's not the wrong. The mask off, pots hot with the hash to burn. I've been long gone, blazed off crops and earth. Take the game off, pause back in action, nerd. Eat the blue shell, yo, she got some wings. Red Bull down the pipe, now my mind is sing. I'm a beast on fools, now to find the key. Then I walk through the spot and it swallowed me. Go to secret rooms, go to all the scenes. Nothing more nostalgic than to beat the king. Hit the final strip with that clowny shit. Work around the dip, see him brown and shit. Nothing better to do when you stuck in quarantine. Go ahead, go pick up a game. I'ma step in the booth and I'ma say something true. Old school, I've been doing my thing. Nothing better to do when you stuck in quarantine. Go ahead, go pick up a game. I'ma step in the booth and I'ma say something true. Old school, I've been doing my thing.